So I want to talk to you about this piece of apple. It had a lot of burls on it, which I thought would be cool. But right now, these edges are wicked sharp, and I'm going to show you what happened while I was attempting to drill a hole for the worm screw. You can see it down in there. That's what I ended up using, a worm screw. But it's a very awkward shape, and I couldn't just hold it on the drill press. So let me show you what happened there. I got this drill press. It's a pretty nice one, and I put a bit into it, and I tried to hold it by hand, that funky piece. And I didn't record it, but I just want to tell you what happened, just so you're aware you can get hurt with this. So I was holding it, and I was using my right hand to pull the piece down. And it got to a certain point, and I let up on this, and the whole thing went up, and it started to kind of spin. So I let go of it, which was probably the dumbest thing I could have done. But it flew off, and it whacked me in the wrist, and cut me up, scratched me more than, I'm cut, but it wasn't too deep. But look what happened to the bit. I couldn't believe it. And these were a good set of bits. Nice bits. But I think this is toast. Just wanted to see what you guys would have done. Now, I tried to clamp it with this. That didn't work. And I also have this clamp, and I thought maybe that would work. But it's awkward to hold something of that particular shape. Let me go over there and show you how I did it. So since I wanted the wormhole in this end, I was pretty much setting it on the platform for the drill press here, and I was holding it like this. So imagine it, I guess, like this, and the drill press was going down this way. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But they're awkward shapes, and I just think it would be a really cool thing. So what am I going to make out of this? Well, first I'm going to mill this flat, and I might see these burls are really pretty, so I didn't really want to drill into here. That would have been easier because I could have put it on the flat, but I would have milled away a lot of this, and I kind of want to keep that. So I'm thinking of making a shape that goes here. I'll round it all off first, and then put a tenon on this end and put it on the chuck, and then maybe make a more final shape. Let me know what you would have done to make this easier to drill a hole into, and what would you make out of it? I've got another one like this, so any hints would be awesome. Thank you. Something else I want to point out, I have a mid-sized jet here, and it's a nice lathe, but in order to change the speeds, you can see here, this is pretty much at a high speed. Let me show you. There's a pulley in there, and then here's the system for changing back here. But if you look at this, these markings right here, this closes up. If you look at these markings here, you can see the speeds and how you have to manually change them. And I think I'm going to have to manually change this to a low speed of 500, which really isn't that slow. But if I change it to 500, L means the biggest one, I think at the top, smallest one at the bottom. So right now, it's on the biggest one here, which would put it over there. So you put it on high. And I can tell you, it's spinning around pretty fast. And the lowest one, yeah, it's on high. So I'm going to switch it so it's this way. But I'll show you how this is. It's crazy. Yeah, and more danger, so I don't want that. So I switched it to these two here. Let's turn it on and see what happens. There's also a variable speed here, but that's not doing anything. That's still pretty shaky. Not sure what to do.